The next question is, how can precepts be used as pegs for mindfulness in daily life? As pegs or as a pathway for mindfulness in daily life?
Very good question in the sense without, if your mind is always worried about what you have done, if you have committed a crime, say you have broken the 5 precepts, either killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and taking alcohol or drug, then all the time your mind is restless because you know your mind and you have to pretend to the world that you are good. So it takes away your personality and your lifestyle is impaired because you are not honest. You have to be pretending. You have done something in secret. So keeping precept is so important. Then your mind is free. I have never done a dirty thing in my life. What do I care? Even if the people blame me, scold me, my mind is not worried. I'm not suffering with my mind. My conscience is good because I have never done anything, broken any one of the precepts. So I am always happy with my life. So keeping precepts is very important for happiness. It means you are a dependable person. You are not a liar. You don't misconduct. So whatever you do, people they don't suspect you. They look up to you. They honor you. Then even if you do the wrong thing, they have so much confidence in you. So therefore, if you keep precept, it is so good for you, and your mind is always free. You are not having secrets, so you are not unhappy. You are not, for instance, sexual misconduct. Then your wife and children are suffering. They don't get the attention that you should give because you have divided attention. So anger, all those things arise, unhappiness, frustration, and all of it arises because of breaking precepts. Very important to keep the precepts. Okay?
Okay, the next question is, of the 5 precepts, which one is the most dangerous precept to break?
All of them are equally dangerous. I don't know about anyone in particular. And depends on the intensity. So taking one drink and becoming an addict is not the same. Telling a one lie and telling lies all the time is not the same. So there is quantity and quality in these things. Sometimes the quality is too dangerous. Like say you are going and telling lies in a court of law, or you are telling a lie to a little child. They are not the same. So the degree and the intensity and the extensity, how often do you lie? For instance, do you lie all the time for jokes? Then it becomes a big problem because it will add up. So even for jokes, better not to tell lies. So even any one of the 5 precepts, doing once is not the same as doing it many times, and the intensity of it can be just a mere, just not a serious one, but there can be serious consequences when it is when the intention is bad.
This is about precepts. How can we follow the precepts at home when other family members do not support you?
Why do you want support? You keep your precepts. Whether they support you or not, you keep your precepts. If they support, well and good. If they don't support, so what? But still, you keep the precepts. That's a personal thing, a private thing, and it has nothing to do with others. So the 5 precepts you can keep even if nobody supports you. So I think you'll have to strike a medium, no? Okay?
What are the possible vipaka for breaking each of the 5 precepts?
I can't tell you straight away. There may be some for grave mistakes, not for these frivolous things. If you rob and steal, the karma can be just simple, or it can be very grievous. So if it is grievous killing, then there is a different kind of vipaka. If there is just a small, you're killing a mosquito, then it is not the same as killing your mother. Killing your mother is giving you, or father is giving you anantara vipaka. Whereas killing a mosquito will not give you that kind of vipaka because your mindset is not grievously bad. So they are not the same karma and they are not the same vipaka. So it differs. And when you are stealing, if you steal little things or if you steal big things, then it's a different thing. You can steal somebody's property or there are so many land disputes. People have acquired by force other people's properties. They don't want to give it. Then they have taken other people's possessions by power. And there are so many grievous faults where robbing and stealing is strong. But if it is a small thing, then you can always say, I did it, and admit it and finish with it. Or return it. I took this without your knowledge. I'm able to return this, so someday I will give it to you. So you can escape from the karmic problem without making it a big issue. If you have done sexual misconduct, then you have to admit that you have done it and that you will never ever do it again. Then you can escape from that heinous crime. Well, if you don't admit to yourself that I have done this crime, I will never more do it, and be kind and generous to your spouse, you can still escape without making serious blunders. Because the Buddha said these 5 precepts are serious blunders. So you have to face the music. The returns will come to you later. And the 4th precept is speech. You have to be kind and generous in your speech. Buddha has said, Nela kanna sukha bahujanakanta manapa. Nela kanna sukha, kanata sukha. That means easy on the ear. Be soft and gentle in your speech, not loud and harsh. And also don't tell lies. So speech has to be very careful. You have to be very careful in your speech. So the 5 precepts are there for you to keep. But if you make a mistake, admit it at least to yourself and tell yourself, I shall not do it again. That is the way you can change your character, you can change your whole lifestyle, you can change once you know, well, I'm speaking out of turn, I'm speaking unfair things, I'm very selfish in my speech. Then you go slow. So without doing the same mistake again and again, because speech is a habit. If you are used to speech like that, very difficult to get out of it. Any one of these 5 precepts, if you get used to it, very difficult to get out because they are habit forming. So speech is also habit forming. So try to stop and turn and be. Once you know it is a wrong thing, then you can get out of it. So if it is a small thing, you can easily get out of it. You can apologize to the person, or you can tell yourself, I will never ever do this kind of thing again. It hurts me and it hurts others. Because I make bad karma and I hurt the others. So once you admit your fault, that is what the Buddha says in Yoniso Manasikara, where you have to see your fault and understand it is your own mind that is giving you pain and suffering. It is your anger that is giving you pain and suffering, not the other person. Other person said and did things, but your reaction with anger makes you unhappy all the time. I remember somebody said, now hereafter I won't get angry. I will think I have taken a big debt and that is why they are worrying me like this. So I am paying my debt, so let them do that. So sometimes it works, not all the time. You have to find out how to deal with the situation, how to escape from that, how to avoid traffic. Okay? And the other one is taking intoxicants, that also is habit forming. Once you know that it is habit forming, once you know that if you take one sip even, you are looking for another sip and another sip and another and another. So then you get caught to that. So you have no escape. So if you think you can avoid, then you will make a effort to avoid it. Once you get used to it, then it becomes a problem. You can't avoid it. You can't live without it. You don't see the damage you do to yourself and to others. Again, I do the same thing. These precepts can be broken. They can be intensive and extensive. If they are habitually breaking precepts, and if they are so now telling a lie, you are telling a lie to a sick person, or you are telling a lie to a child just to pacify. It's not the same as going and lying in a court of law. So there is, you have to understand how severe is this breaking of precepts, how intensive and how extensive. So if it is habitually done and if it is of pain and suffering to you and for others, say sexual misconduct can be extremely painful to your family and to others. Lying and stealing, all those 5 precepts are habit form and they have to be avoided. Not that they are severe to begin. Sometimes it is only a sip, but that one sip is not the end of it. It becomes a habit. So that is why the Buddha laid them down as precepts of practice. So you become, when you keep the precepts, you have a sense of dignity and pride. I don't, I have not done anything wrong. So you can face any situation without fear. Because if you have done any of these wrong things, you cannot face the world because you know you are keeping a bad secret that you are not as good as what you appear to be, and uh, you can't default your own mind because you know your mind. So even though people may appreciate you, you know that how bad you are, you know how good you are. So you can't fool around with your mind, your conscience. So it is a matter of conscience. You better, uh, it's a matter of conscience because it can, because your personality, your dignity, your pride, and I mean your sense of values. Because if you are once a police officer came and I was talking to him about keeping precepts. He said he can keep 4 precepts but not the 5th precept. I said, why don't you keep it? If you don't keep that means he's taking alcohol. I said, if you take alcohol, how can you tell the others not to take it? And there'll be drunken people who come with so much problems to the police station. How can you? So if you are not taking, then you can, with dignity and pride, tell him that you are a victim, you are a bad man, you have done this. But if you are taking it yourself, how are you going to say that? He was quite surprised. He was a police officer. I said, why don't you give that up? Then you can, with a clear conscience, you can admonish anybody and give them the proper punishment. Huh? Okay.